Dragon incantations are probably the most used when it comes to faith builds, and there's a good reason for that. It's not because they're particularly powerful, there's better incantations when it comes to dealing damage. However, dragon incantations have a wide range of status effects that you can choose from. The one I use the most is Rotten Breath for Scarlet Rot, or Dragon Ice Breath for Cold. There's not much for variety in its moveset though, so I won't have to explain what each and every one of them do like I did when I made the Death Sorceries video. We'll jump right into this one though, starting with Dragon Claw. This one is pretty simple as you see. It's just a claw slam attack that deals standard damage and 30 stance damage. This spell can't be charged, and it can't be used on torrent. I don't think anyone will be using this one. Most people use dragon incantations for the status effects. Next is Dragon Maw. This one also deals standard damage and 45 stance damage. This one just summons a dragon head to bite the arse of whoever's in front of you. It's not the best, but it has nice stance damage. It probably won't work well in PvP though. This spell also can't be charged, and it can't be used when on torrent. Now onto the copy and pastes, starting with Dragonfire. This spell takes 2 seconds to cast and 5 seconds to complete the cast. It deals fire damage, obviously. This one, like all Dragon Breath incantations, can be charged, which increases the amount of FP consumed. This one takes an initial 28 FP to cast, and it takes 52 to fully cast it. Next is Glintstone Breath. It's exactly the same as Dragonfire, except it deals magic damage. Now the Rotten Breathe incantation is a bit different. It deals Scarlet Rot and standard damage, and it costs 36 FP. The Scarlet Rot effect lasts 90 seconds, and it deals 65% per tick, and it can tick 10 times on full cast. A full cast costs 104 FP. Everything else is the same. Next is Magma Breath. I've never seen anyone use this one, and for good reason. This deals fire damage and costs 30 FP to use. And it's better to free aim this, unless you want the magma to pool at the enemy's feet. It's just not that good, though it can be cast twice in a row, which is nice, I suppose. Now the next one is Dragon Ice. This one costs 36 FP to cast, and 104 FP to full cast. It deals only magic date, and inflicts frostbite, and each tick deals 110 frostbite build-up. This one is a personal favorite of mine. Now before we talk about the other copy and pastes, there's Greyoll's Roar, which deals standard physical damage and 17 stance damage. The full cast takes about 4 seconds, and this is most importantly a power debuff spell. The debuff decreases the enemy's attack by 15% and defense by 10% for 60 seconds. However, it doesn't stack with other power debuffs of the same type. This spell is actually pretty good because it also deals a decent amount of damage on top of the debuff. Next are the named spells, starting with Theodorix's Magma. This costs 45 FP to cast and 90 FP for full cast. This one can be cast twice, just like Magma Breath. It deals 40% more damage than Magma Breath and has a larger scatter area. This one cannot be used while mid-air. The next one is Smaragd's Glintstone Breath. This one costs 36 FP to use and 76 for full cast, though sometimes it might take up to 144 FP for no reason. Every named dragon incantation deals 18% more damage than the original and has slightly longer range. However, they have a narrower spread. They can also be used in the air. The next one is Xyx's Decay. It's exactly the same as the original, exception for the additional 18% extra damage and the FP increase. The next is Borealis's Mist. Again, it's exactly the same aside from the 18% damage and FP increase. Now, I had trouble deciding if I should add this one, since apparently it's not considered a dragon incantation, but it has the head, so it counts. Placidusax's Ruin costs 62 FP, and it costs 3 slots to even use. The initial burst deals lightning damage, and the beams themselves deal fire damage. It deals up to 70 stance damage, and it hits a total of 3 times. This one deals a lot of damage and is pretty good, except that it takes 8 seconds to cast, which is an absurd amount of time. Now let's move on to the DLC, starting with the Ghost Flame Breath. This one is arguably worse than both Dragon Ice and the Mist. It deals only 8% more than the Mist, despite doing half the Frostbite build-up. It deals 25% more than Dragon Ice, but again has half the Frostbite build-up. But despite this, it's much cooler than the other two. Whether you use it or not depends on what you prefer, I suppose. Now next is Bale's Flame Lightning. This costs 43 FP. This is just a super beefy Dragon Claw spell. It deals standard, lightning and fire damage. It deals 30 stance and knocks enemies down. To get this, you need to kill Bale in the DLC. Now the final one I don't actually have, Bale's Tyranny, and my Bale is bugged, so I won't be getting it anytime soon, unfortunately. But I'll explain it the best I can. So Bale's Tyranny spawns in multiple pillars of flames in a full circle around the user while also doing a roar. This deals mostly fire damage and some lightning damage. The explosion deals 25 stance damage and knocks back enemies. This cannot be charged nor used on Torrent. This spell is actually pretty good for PvP, but I also suck, so I probably just die to it, because I'm arse. In the end, I honestly think, aside from a couple spells, the only reason people use Dragon Incantations so much is because of the status procs. The Dragon Incantations are very colourful with what they have in that regard. And the fact that they're dragons, which people will obviously rather play with. And to that I say, you should check out the Bear Communion. It's much more fun and far more powerful. Anyway, I'll end the video here. There was no need to go in depth on half of the spells, because they're simply copy and pastes. Anyway, please consider giving the video a like and subscribing if you found it helpful, or if you wish to be a bear, no more, no less.
Ah.